everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have an unboxing. Now, I just recently unboxed the Falconer series by Elizabeth May from Illumicrate, and in that video I said I don't think I got the Illumicrate for this month. I was mistaken. I also have two other things to unbox today as well, so that is what we are going to do, a triple unboxing on the last day of September, which means the book haul this month is going to be quite large, so be prepared for that. I'm going to save the special edition unboxing for the end, so you'll do Afterlight first, then the Illumicrate, then the special editions. Yeah, so let's jump into it. I did end up getting the September Afterlight and Illumicrate. Those are the only two book boxes that I got. I double checked after the fact, so let's see what we have in here. So for the Afterlight, oh, I did see, okay. I was looking and apparently this is the first box that we're getting of the Afterlight box, the Afterlight book from Illumicrate, coming from the US warehouses. And we got an email recently saying something about how they cannot give us the theme card thing in the box because they're shipping with media mail. And yes, in the United States, media mail is for books, magazines, newspapers, DVDs and things. I'm pretty sure you can print your paper theme card and put it in the box, but they're saying they can't. So we have a book. This is the Break-Up Pact by Emma Lord. It is in plastic, so we're gonna open it up. But yeah, that sounded very aggressive when I was complaining about the theme card. I guess I'm not complaining about it. I don't keep them. I'm not somebody that collects them because they did say some people collect them and they understand people are gonna be upset. I just don't think they fully looked up media mail. I've shipped used books and things with media mail. It's paper. The theme card is paper. I'm pretty sure they can ship it with the media mail because it could count as a reading material. So here we go. The book. It is very light pink and cutesy, and I'm hoping that means that's the vibe of this book because otherwise I don't get it. But I really love the art style here. So like, let's take a look at that. It does travel around and we have this on the back. I like that it does that, like it's a whole scene. The edges, also very cutesy. Love the like daisies and things like that, like very cute. It's very light mint colored. There's no daisies on the top or the bottom, but it is the same color all the way around. And let's jump into here. Okay, we have a full color illustration underneath the dust jacket. That's one of my favorite things. I love when they do this. They don't have the name or anything on the spine, so it's just the scenery. Looks like a boardwalk. And then Tea Tide, I'm guessing is like the name of the cafe or something. We have Beachy Bean, Sea Essentials. Okay, so this is a very like cutesy boardwalk. And then here we go. Here's one of the end papers. Looks like a magazine sort of type of thing. Gossip Cafe, Revenge Exes, Kelly Carter's and Griffin Hapler's rejects find love with each other. Okay, and there's comments and stuff. So this is like an online gossip magazine. Oh, and then a different one, but the same sort of vibe on this side. Who are the Revenge Exes? June Hart and Levi Shaw go further back than their viral breakups. Interesting. Okay, this is a cute, like I said, this is very, very cute. And I'm hoping that's the vibe that we're getting with this book. 2 viral breakups, 1 fake relationship, 5 sparkling heart-pounding dates. Yes, fake dating is one of my favorite things. That is the reason I picked this up. So let's see. June and Levi were best friends as teenagers until the day they weren't. Now June is struggling to make rent on her beachside tea shop. Levi is living a New York cliche as a disillusioned hedge fund manager and failed novelist, and they've barely spoken in years. But after they both experienced public humiliating breakups that spread like wildfire online, a photo of them together has the internet convinced they're a couple. With so many people rooting for them, they decide to put aside their rocky past and make a pact to fuel the fire by pretending to date. After all, that will help June's shop stay open and make Levi's ex realize what a mistake she made. All they have to do is convince the world they're in love, one swoon-worthy photo op at a time, then they can happily go their separate ways with no regrets, right? So yes, Doesn't exactly make me think of like second chance romance, because it sounds like they were friends and then something happened to like stop the friendship. But besides that, fake dating. Like I said, I'm having very high cutesy hopes for this because of the theming. So yes. So that was very quick because there are no items in the Afterlight box anymore, but that makes me very happy that they now shifted over to the US warehouses, because that means shipping is much cheaper for me. Let's now get into the Illumicrate. This one is a full box, also shipping from the US, which is great. Let's see what we have in here. Okay, so here is the theme card. It was Dark Academia. I feel like it's very popular around the September months to do Dark Academia stuff. Let's see. Okay, the first thing we have up here, is this like a glasses case? I feel like it might be. So this is what it looks like. We have cards and books and skulls with ravens on them. And yep, this is one of those ones that you can like technically, it doesn't really want to do it very well, but like you pinch it and then it opens and it snaps shut. I want to say it's supposed to be for glasses. And yes, this looks like it will be a glasses case. I will have all the artists and everything linked down below in case you guys are curious. I have never really put my glasses in a case because I use them all the time, but it would be handy to have. The next thing, another sort of book journal thing. We got that in our last box. So that was like a reading journal. So maybe this is slightly different. Let's see. This is sort of embossed, which means it's a little bit hard to see. Like, so I was looking at it with the window light. Hopefully you guys will be able to tell as well. But it's an embossing, stamped leather type of thing. I see a snake. I see a moth. I see like filigree design type of things, which is intriguing. It does say it is a journal. So like on the first page over here, this journal belongs to. And then we have a schedule of the week, a habit tracker, weekly tasks, and it's the exact same thing. So this, I'm assuming, is more than 52 pages for the schedule. So this could be definitely something that you use more than 1 year. And then near the back, we have a few pages of just notes. There are quite a few of them though, that is good. And this is a task journal. So it is going to be just something for like 1 page or 1 page spread a week. And they have the whole schedule Monday through Sunday, and habit tracker and weekly tasks. I don't know personally if I would use this. I'm a big tasking and like list maker, but it's like all on my phone or a Google Calendar. I don't feel like I personally have enough time to do this, but if you really want to be organized, I do think that's probably a good thing. It's intriguing that we've gotten 2 journals in the last couple boxes. Let's see the next one. Oh, I think this is a puzzle. Yes, it's the Dark Academia bookcase. I have the romance one from like the very last romance box, Afterlight, that came with things in it. I have not done it yet, but like, I love it. I missed, I think, the sci-fi one. Have we had a sci-fi one? But I didn't get the box for that, which is fine. This is the Dark Academia bookcase. And so on the inside, we'll have all the different Dark Academia stuff on there. So it obviously has like the books, and then lots of snakes and rabbits and mice, skulls, a scratched up picture. I don't personally know what everything is here. We have absinthe and a page of cups, tarot card, and bees and things like that. I feel like these puzzles definitely have a lot of like cameo appearances and like special things that you can find throughout. So like here on the box, they have like a little bit of close-ups. I don't personally know what all the things are, and I almost wish these came with some sort of cheat sheet. So like either before or after you finish the puzzle, there's a paper in there that talks about all the different things, because I sort of would love to know, like, is this picture that is scratched up supposed to be something specific, or like do the bees mean something? Because like if this is a genre that you love, you might have read a lot of the books and you might know what things come from where. But if it's something like me where I like Dark Academia, but I'm not like entrenched in it reading all the things, I would be curious to like, have I read any of these before? What books do they consider Dark Academia that they put in here so that I could figure out, like, maybe I want to read them. Like, I just wish we had a little bit of a cheat sheet with it. But besides that, these are huge puzzles. Does it say? Yeah, 1,000 pieces. Like, it's a lot. I love the idea of this. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the idea of this. I wish I had a cheat sheet. The next thing we have are reading prompt cards. I love reading prompts. I do it a lot with my TBR game. I haven't used like set ones really, but I think they're fun. So let's take a look. For the indecisive bookworm who has too many books. Yes, that is me. I do fit that description pretty well. So let's take a look. They are like a dark sort of maroony pink on the back. They all look like that, but they have different colors on this side. So I'm curious if like these different colors mean different things. So like we have a pinky color. This one has the newest book on your shelf, a book with a quest or journey. There's some like orangey ones, a book with forbidden magic, with found family, friends to lovers, set in a forest, book with dragons. They're all, I think, slightly different on the actual card. So like the book with a quest or journey has like a train and a blimp and stuff on there. A book that has a dragon in it had some dragons on there. Romantasy, a book that you bought for the cover. We have some like bluish colored ones. A book that is a sequel to one you have read before. A book by an author you have never read before. A book with a marriage of convenience. Book with fated mates. With gods or goddesses. Book with vampires. Dark academia. Book that has been adapted to a movie or TV show. Book with morally gray characters. Book with a one-word title. Book you recently purchased. Book by a debut author. We have some green ones. Book with an animal in the title. With an animal companion. Book with werewolves. Cozy fantasy. Book with a map. Book by an author of color. Book with a library. Book with a magical school or college. Book with witches. Science fiction book. Queer character in the book. Book with a murder mystery. First in a series. Set in space. Oldest book on your shelf. Book with time travel. Book with a love triangle. Book that has enemies to lovers. Book with a queer romance. Book with a color in the title. We have some yellow as well. Oh, these are Illumicrate specific. Your prettiest Illumicrate book, the Illumicrate book you have had the longest, and your newest Illumicrate book. That's pretty good. I mean, I think that's a good variety. We didn't have fantasy specific, but we did have science fiction specific, fantasy romance or romantasy specific. So again, I do think that's a pretty good variety. I did read them all to you. And again, I'm a big fan of having prompts for reading TBRs, that kind of stuff. I think that would be a good one to do, like maybe like pull a card each time you need a new book. Let's see, do we have anything else in here, or is the book? I think we might be down to that book. Ooh, okay. Very, very different from any of the covers I have seen for this before. It is A Dark and Drowning Tide by Allison Saft. It is in plastic, so let me grab that out. Okay, so like I said, this is very, very different than any of the covers I have seen for this before. I am absolutely loving the blue of it. And this is a very different vibe as well. Like, it's supposed to be dark academia, and this is reminding me a little bit of fantasy. I think this is reminding me a little bit of like Lady Midnight from Cassandra Clare. Like, it looks like they're underwater floating a little bit. This is gonna have a sapphic romance in it. We have a different character, it looks like, on the back. But again, there's like fish and stuff, so it's making me think of that. It's also making me think of a little bit of like, what, Art Nouveau sort of style, just because of like the outlining and things. I'm curious, what do we think of the cover? Very different, like I said. Here are our edges. Again, looks very much underwater. We have some fish in there that I can see. And so let's go in. Okay, so underneath the dust jacket, there's nothing on the back, but we have more of like closer to the original cover. I don't remember if this is the UK or US one, but this reminds me more of the original cover than the cover we got this time. This book has a very interesting feel. I think it's like pearlescent. I actually don't know if that's going to translate on camera, but it's a little bit sparkly. And so it feels different than I'm used to. It's very intriguing. And then, okay, end papers. Very, very different feel. Again, this is like some sort of dragon, a lindworm. Okay, do we have a different one? Oh, and a Mara, so that's probably like a water horse type of thing. Okay, so it's more like scientific illustration, that kind of thing on the end papers. Okay. Again, very curious. What do we think? I am not upset with it. It's just not something I was expecting. Okay, and so this one says, Lorelai Caskell, a folklorist with a quick temper and an even quicker wit, is on an expedition with 6 eccentric nobles in search of a mythical spring of untold power. The king wants to harness the fabled water source from which magic flows to secure his reign, and Lorelai is determined to prove herself and to make her dream come true, to become a naturalist, able to travel freely to faraway lands. The expedition gets off to a harrowing start when its leader, Lorelai's beloved mentor, is murdered in her quarters aboard their ship. The suspects are her 5 remaining expedition mates. The only person Lorelai knows must be innocent is her longtime academic rival, the insufferably gallant and maddeningly beautiful Sylvia von Wolf. Now in charge of the expedition, Lorelai must find the spring before the murderer strikes again and a coup begins in earnest. But other dangers lurk in the dark, forests that rearrange themselves at night, rivers with slumbering dragons hiding beneath the water, and shape-shifting beasts out for blood. As Lorelai and Sylvia grudgingly work together to uncover the truth and resist their growing feelings for each other, they discover that their leader has secrets of her own. Secrets that make Lorelai question whether justice is worth pursuing and if this kingdom's worth saving at all. Okay. I do remember a little bit more of this. I'm horrible at summaries. I'm sure you guys know this by now. I know what the summaries are and I am aware of what the book is about when I say I want it and I want to read it. But then by the time they come here, I don't know. This has a murder mystery sort of thing with it. I'm very, very intrigued how the fantasy, dark academia murder sort of stuff is gonna go. Okay. Again, love the color of this. Was not expecting the cover. Although, again, wasn't expecting how cutesy that one was either. And then we have one more. This is not a book box. This is special editions. We're going to go through the All for the Game series by Nora Sokowicz. This was in a collaboration with Rainbow Crate for the 3 books of the original trilogy. I'm curious to see if they will then do a matching set of the 4th book, which is sort of like a sequel series. I think it's a series. Here we have our first thing up front. This is going to have the spoiler stuff on the back. It looks like it has all the artists and things like that. And we'll go through it because I actually know what's in here. They've shown us. But it's like a ticket and it's sort of like holographic and stuff too. I dropped it, but that's really cute. Okay, so this, like I said, we'll have 3 books. Let's grab those out. I will also say these books seem to be very nice quality just from the fact that that box was heavier than the Illumicrate box. It was very hefty. So let's see. We're going to start in order. It looks like it's this one here. The first one we have here is the Foxhole Court. This is by Nora Sokowicz. We do have some like foiling on the title and stuff. I do like they changed the font. The first preview of it was a slightly different font, but this is more in line with like the original. And so yeah, here is the art on the dust jacket. I will say the vibes of the dust jacket are not my favorite as much. However, they also have stuff under the dust jacket, which I do really, really love. Oh, on the inside flap of the dust jacket, we have some like extra stuff there as well, talking about some of the characters. And it actually is reversible with like the original, but like better. I do really like that. And then I love the naked hardcovers. Like these are gorgeous. This is sort of the vibe that I thought we were going to get originally. Like it's really, really good. I am not trying to discount the art of the dust jacket. Like that person has amazing art. It was just not the vibe that I originally thought we were going to be going with. And so like these, where it's more closer to the original covers but still has a little bit extra, I'm loving. We do have paw prints and stuff on the edges. And then it looks like we also have art on the end papers. I don't know if I've seen the end paper art anywhere. It does not look familiar to me. So I'm going to say I have not seen previews for that. And then it looks like it is going to be signed. This is one of my favorite series. I have read them many times, and I've actually been like really wanting to read them again lately, and I just haven't because I've been doing a lot of other things and trying to catch up with things that I wanted to read and things like that as well. I just said things a lot. This is a series that has a lot of trigger warnings. Definitely look up content stuff on the author's website before you jump into it. It is not romance. I do not want people to go into this thinking that it is going to be a romantic series. It is very messy. It is very hard to read in parts. I absolutely loved the actual like found family character relationships and things, but there is a bunch of shit in here. I will say that. I will also say that I consistently give book 1 a 4-star. There are some character choices and things that are not the best. And it definitely sets up well for the next 2 books in the series, 100%. The other 2 books that I have read, I've read everything multiple times, I give those 5 stars. I absolutely love it. Yes, there is some relationship stuff in here. It is not a romance. One of our main characters, though, Neil, is demisexual, which I love. We have gay characters, but we also have like homophobia on page. Like there are certain things, sexual assault type of stuff, there are things to be aware of. 100%. This is also a sports book, not sports romance. Also, I'm not a big sports person, and it's a fake sport, but it still really works. I sometimes forget to mention that it has sports in it. I know people have mentioned that on my channel, like, you talked about this book and didn't even mention the sports. Yes, I have definitely done that before, because for me, that is a part of this. It is actually a big part of it in some places. It is 100% fake, not a real sport. And so, yes, I do think some of the rules and stuff like that are a little bit weird, and, you know, there's questionable content in a lot of this, but I am always swept away by the characters and the actual like vibes of it. Like I am not somebody that is going to critically rate something. I will say though that I think, was this back before, I think I read these back before I started booktube, but one thing is, if you talk shit about people who like books, even if you think a series is shitty, because I've heard that many times. There was a creator that was very big, I think, again, right before I started booktube or right after I started booktube. I had been watching them for a while, and at one point they read this series and decided that they did not like it, which is 100% valid. However, they didn't just like decide that this was not a good series, had problematic elements, because it does, didn't like the writing, etc, etc. They decided to make a rant video, and in the rant video they decided to call the people that love this series people that love shitty books, and they basically went off on fans of this series versus having actual criticism of the book series themselves. Let me tell you, quickest unfollow I have ever done on booktube. I have definitely stopped following people from other problematic things, like continuously promoting people that are racist or transphobic and like other things like that. However, I guess it was just like the earnest hatred it sounded like they had for this series leaking into people that liked it, and they were basically going off on like, I can't believe anybody would like this. If you like it, you're a shitty person. Like it was horrible. Quickest one I have ever done. So yeah, just keep that in mind. This is something I unabashedly love. Book 1, I did give 4 stars. Let's continue to the second book in this series. The vibes of this one are a little bit better. I do like them. Here is the back, our spine here. We have keys on this one, which if you read the series, you know what that means. Underneath our dust jacket, I guess should also show the reverse side has like the original cover on there. We have other characters here. I do just love this because, like, for example, they have Renee Walker, goalkeeper, most likely to pray for you. Like, very interesting. Dan Wilds, offensive dealer / captain, most likely to go down with the ship. Oh, should I have read some of these ones over here for the first book? Neil Jostin, our main character, most likely to be fine. Andrew Mignard, backliner, most likely to cut you. Yes. Kevin Day, most likely to be doing his best. Like, I just I sort of like those a lot. Here, book 2 on our naked hardcover. Again, I just really like the vibe of this. Like, it's very, very nice. Love this as well. We also do have quotes on there, which I have not been reading out to you, but we have them. We do. Let's see. Yes, I don't recognize these at all. So I do not think we got shown sneak peeks of the end papers because I do not recognize those as things I should know or not. There we go. And it looks like this one is signed as well. And then we have the last one, which is The King's Men. So here we go. And on the back, our edges have queens. Pretty sure that's a queen. Let's do the reverse side of the dust jacket, which again is going to be just like a better version of the original cover. Let's see who we have here. Okay, so here we have David Wymack, coach, most likely to be an accidental father to unstable children. Yes. Riko Moriyama, striker, most likely to always be a commodity, never a human being. Yeah, some of these are just, those are great. I love those. And then here again, under the dust jacket, really, really love these. And on the back, like the vibe of those, that's what I wanted. I'm sure there's some people that love the other ones just as much. Here are the end papers. This one's really cool because it has like the whole gang on there, which is great. And then on the back, or the back end papers, I should say. So yeah, I am very, very happy with these. Oh, this one probably is signed as well. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with these. I spent quite a bit of money to have them on my shelves. I'll probably end up doing something like this unless I decide to reverse the dust jacket. I just really do like the vibe of those. I also do have paperbacks of this series with special edition dust jackets that are actually by the same artist here, and I absolutely love those as well. So yeah, we'll see if they do the sequel series or like the fourth book. Technically not part of this trilogy, but I do love them. But just be aware, there is stuff in here for sure. But the people that love it absolutely love it, and just don't shit on people who love things that you don't love. I mean, if you don't want to like the books, if you hate the books even, great. I don't mind. You can even make a rant video. Just don't take it into hating on people that like things you don't like. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. So I actually have 3 books that I've already read, which is great. 2 books I have not that I need to go on the TBR. Like I said before, we will also be having a huge haul soon because this is the last day of September that I'm filming this, and I have quite a few books. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!